A breaking news alert now out of North Nashville. An officer-involved shooting investigation is underway in North Nashville. Metro Police spokesman Don Aaron is about to provide us some live updates. He is holding a media conference, and we will take that when he is available. We'll get back to you on that.
Waiting here and waiting here.
We're good. We're good right here.
You're good here. I'm gonna wait over here. You good? All right. At 3 o'clock this morning, arrest warrants charging aggravated assault and aggravated robbery were issued against Lamon Witherspoon in connection with a robbery on January 24th at Nashville Pizza and Pasta at 1201 Dickerson Pike. In that case, the suspect went into the business after the employee had just returned from a delivery. He was holding his arm behind his back, demanding money. He wound up walking out with the cash register, and as the video later showed, the object that he was holding, which he implicated to be a gun, was actually a cell phone. But nevertheless, this was a aggravated robbery because the owner or the employee of the business thought that the suspect was armed with a gun. Through investigation by Detective Kiera Ward, who has been on this case for days and has been working pretty much around the clock, Lamon Witherspoon, age 30, was identified as the suspect. Witherspoon was learned to be driving a stolen car. We were able to learn that the car lot from which the vehicle was bought actually had a tracker on the car. So during the day today, the police department has been working with the car lot to track the stolen vehicle being driven by robbery suspect Lamon Witherspoon. As a result of that tracking, officers wound up here as Witherspoon was driving the vehicle in the parking lot of the Exxon. Officers moved in to box the car in and take him into custody on the outstanding warrants. Witherspoon tried to get away from being boxed in, but the officers narrowed their vehicles much closer to his, and ultimately he had nowhere to go. The officers broke out the windows of the car, demanding that Witherspoon surrender. Another man with Witherspoon in the front passenger seat got out very early on. As the officers continued to demand that Witherspoon get out and surrender, one officer actually got into the back seat trying to prompt him to give himself up. It was at that point that the officers saw that Witherspoon was armed with a gun. The officer got out of the back seat, they yelled gun. Officer Wesley McClellan, who was on the passenger side of the vehicle, saw the gun. At that point, the window was broken out, so McClellan had a clear view of what was taking place. It was McClellan's belief that as Witherspoon was turning toward him with the gun, that he was going to be shot. The officer, McClellan, was going to be shot, so McClellan fired on Witherspoon. Witherspoon has wounds to his head and his hip and is being treated now at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Officer McClellan was not hurt. I will note that Officer McClellan was involved in a 2016 officer-involved shooting during which a man, Sandy Joe Duke, was fatally injured. In that situation, Officer McClellan was involved in a foot chase of Sandy Joe Duke, who was a wanted individual. Duke turned toward Officer McClellan with a gun, and Officer McClellan fired on Duke in that situation in 2016. That case was thoroughly reviewed, and the shooting of Duke by Officer McClellan was deemed to be justified. So that's where we are at this point. Because of all the circumstances here, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, TBI, will be conducting the investigation into the police shooting of Mr. Witherspoon.
Can you give the name of the business one more time? The robbery happened?
The robbery happened on January 24th at 8 o'clock at Nashville Pizza and Pasta at 1201 Dickerson Pike. Arrest warrants charging Witherspoon with aggravated robbery in that case and aggravated assault against the employee were issued at 3 o'clock this morning. We actually did a media release on this case, put out surveillance pictures, and Witherspoon was developed as a suspect through tips to Crime Stoppers and other information developed by Detective Kiera Ward.
And when was the stolen car stolen from the lot?
Well, so the car was not stolen from the lot. Apparently it was stolen from an acquaintance of Witherspoon who had obtained the car from the lot. Reported stolen. We were able to find out the lot from which this person had obtained the car, and the lot actually had a tracker on the vehicle, which enabled us to find Witherspoon here in northeast Nashville today. Now, Witherspoon is also a suspect in other instances at area markets. I think in one situation, lottery tickets were taken from one. There's other situations at convenience markets where he has been causing trouble. So he's a suspect in those and other precincts, but Detective Ward this morning did take out these serious felony warrants of aggravated robbery and aggravated assault for the January 24th case.
Walk us through again, when the officers tracked him here, walk us through that scenario one more time.
When the officers tracked him here to this market, the officers moved in to box him in to take him into custody. Essentially box him in so he couldn't go anywhere and take him into custody. Initially, he was putting his car in drive and reverse, trying to get away from the officers, but they narrowed their distance to ultimately he couldn't go anywhere in the car. You can see that he tried to get out of that. There's contact with the vehicle in behind and the vehicle in front, but he was unable to. The officers actually smashed the windows of the vehicle out. Now, one of the windows, according to the owner, was already broken. I think that was the rear driver's side was already broken. But the officers broke the other windows out, were ordering Witherspoon to surrender. An officer actually got into the back seat of the car, attempting to get him.
Okay, you are seeing a press conference here being held by Metro Police spokesman Don Aaron, explaining the situation involving this officer-involved shooting and a suspect who was being tracked by officers, and that's what led eventually to this shooting. We'll have more details on this coming up on News 2 at 6, and you can always check for breaking news alerts 24/7. You can get those right to your phone by downloading the News 2 app.